Coax, BC, scientists in British Columbia used whale whisperer tactics Thursday to coax a large male killer whale out of a busy marine harbor by playing recorded sounds of other orcas to the animal. Department of Fisheries and Oceans officials said the transient killer whale known as T-73B immediately responded to the recorded underwater calls of whales likely familiar to him and left the harbor and was last seen heading for open ocean. Using playback recordings to entice an orca from an area has only been done once before in BC, but that was with a young whale. Fisheries and Oceans Canada, the Canadian press, he was visibly excited by those sounds, said DFO whale scientist Jared Towers from Comox, BC. That's what basically got him out of there. He made a run to the north, and we never saw him again, he said. Scientists used recordings made 2 years ago of other orcas who have been seen with the lone male in the past. Article continued below. Read more. Hundreds watch as killer whale puts on non-stop nature show in BC harbor. No feeding or swimming with the whale in BC harbor. Department of Fisheries orca author has a personal perspective on whale crisis. We thought he seems to be good buddies with those guys and we used that recording and it seemed to work, Towers said. He said using playback recordings to entice an orca from an area has only been done once before in BC, but that was with a young whale. It's totally unprecedented to have done this with an adult killer whale here in BC, he said. Article continued below. DFO spokesperson Paul Cottrell said officials decided something had to be done to get the whale to leave Comox Harbor for its safety and protection of the public. In the last couple of days, we realized we've got this animal hanging around and it's an atypical behavior, and we have to look at options given the number of people in the estuary, he said. The Comox Harbor includes commercial fishing vessel traffic and recreational boats, including kayaks and paddleboards. There are also swimmers. Cottrell said the longer the whale stayed in the harbor, the greater the chance of the animal becoming habituated and the likelihood of an incident involving people. Basically, we were able to handle the whale out of the estuary and over a very shallow area off Cape Lazo and into deep water, Cottrell said. Officials will remain in the area to observe if the orca returns. The male orca had become a major attraction in Comox, entertaining a growing crowd of onlookers. Comox Valley Harbor Authority spokesperson Robert Clark said hundreds of people stood on the community promenade along the shoreline and watched the orca breach and swim around the harbor. Clark, a former whale watching guide, said killer whales have appeared in the harbor, but rarely stay for long. He said there had been reports of the whale swimming up the Kootenay River, part of which flows through the Vancouver Island community, and the same animal was also seen at Union Bay, about 20 kilometers south.